I have no idea what's going on here. No idea. Right there is one of the tricks to getting an unwaxed gel coat to cure. Not just harden, cure. You see it? Alright, this is, doesn't look like it, but that's the inside out, upside down 55. Boot, seat, and bonnet. This is the 55 mold I just made. So I gotta fix all the gel coat problems with it. These bits up the front there. So what I'm gonna do is sand them, blow all the debris out of it, clean them with acetone, then I can prepare for the gel coat to go in there and repair them. Some of these repairs, like this one, I won't be able to do unless it's bolted to its other half. And then I'll put a piece of tape between the two flanges and then I can build up the repairs. This one's missing a corner there, it's missing a bit there and a big chunk here. I can either do that with sticky tape along here as a wall and just slowly fill these. And there's little chunks, you know, random bits. These ones have got huge ones. And I'll show you all the steps I do to repair the gel on these, as well as how to cure the gel, because I don't have wax gel. So I've got to I'm going to show you how I can cure it without adding wax. There's two ways you can do it. I'm going to show you one and I'll tell you about the other. Huge repairs, really annoyed, bummed out. Alright, they're all cleaned and prepped. Some tape on some of them. And there's tape there, just see it. You see the tape a bit better on that one. Now I'm going to mix up some gel. Start with here. And I'm going to apply the gel to this. So there's one here, you can barely see that. All along here, and then some over here. Some more up there. I'll just show you these ones, and then we'll move on to the deep ones over that way. I've got my gel mixed up. Basically just going to scrape it on in there. Don't want to overfill it too much because then I'll have to sand it all back off. Probably a bit much in there, but it's okay. You see it hasn't gone down into that void. So try and push it down in there. A little bit of overhang's fine. Move on to this one. I got gel on my gloves, so I don't want to touch my phone too much. And there it is. Still got to do the rest. Right there is one of the tricks to getting an unwaxed gel coat to cure. Not just harden, cure. You see it? Sticky tape. Gel coat will only cure if oxygen can't get to it. Sticky tape will prevent the oxygen from getting to it, just like wax does. So when waxed gel coat is curing, drying, the wax rises to the surface and it sits on top. And that allows the gel coat underneath to fully cure and harden. That's what I've done. Bit there, some across the front. These bits, I'm gonna have to let them go as hard as they can, so they won't be fully cured. Remove the tape and then I'll spray PVA on that, and then within 24 hours or so, it will be fully cured and ready to go. It's been some hours since I put gel coat on here. This is still sort of flexible. This wasn't taped off, right? These are the ones that were taped off. I can't even put a fingernail scratch on. These are cured. There is sticky tape residue on there. That's what all that stuff is in my dirty fingers. But it's gone hard. So now it's ready for sanding. All ready for sanding. So the bits that weren't covered with tape, I'm going to assess them. That can be sprayed with PVA. I somehow completely forgot to fill these up. No, this still got tape in it. That needs a bit more. Sorry, you can't even see that. So this has still got the tape on it. This one needs a bit more gel on the top here. So I'm going to remove the tape. Sand this so it's rough, wipe it out with acetone, and then just glob some gel in there and hope it doesn't run into here too much. Pretty happy with that. There's a few little divots, which is fine because when it comes out of the mold there'll be a little tiny high spot, like just a little pimple. Easily sand that off. So I'm not worried about that. But it is smooth as my bottom. That's that thing done. I got it all trimmed up. Got the windscreen area trimmed up. I just got to sand these edges smooth so I don't get caught on them. And it will help me when I go to mold it. Stuff won't stick to it as easy. It'll be waxed. But now the hard ones are these. So I got to shape them. And this one especially. Not worried about that. That's on the flange. If it bothers me too much, I can fill it. End up using white on this side because I was laying up a boot lid over there and a dash. I had the white out, so I'm like, yeah, why not? Let's use a bit of white. This is all white. This was a mistake. It should have been grey. It doesn't matter. A few bits there. Got to sand off. Got to repair that a little bit. And a few little bits up here. So I'm getting through it. And then once this is done, I'll lay up a body. So I better pull my finger out. Here's all the sections of the mold, all 5 of them, all been repaired. Here's a reminder of what it looked like. So it was about there, somewhere. So it's all been filled, sanded, smoothed out beautifully. I'm very happy. Remember all the bits along here had just little chunks ripped out. This one wasn't too bad, had a little bit there. Yeah, but they're all repaired and all cleaned. So I'm gonna, actually they're not clean, I've got to clean them a bit more and blow them out with the air blower. Then I bolt it all together and wax it. There it is, wax, and then I'll put PVA on it as an extra insurance policy. I'm gonna put gel coat in here and then glass it. I'll have myself a 55, hopefully. Now I've got all the gel in here, I'm going to flip the mould, because I've heard that the styrene gases produced like within the gel coat is heavier than air and can get under the gel coat and lift it up. And I don't want that because I've had issues with that before. So the gel shouldn't go anywhere, should be fine. Just like that. Bam. That's the train going past. The gel coat is all ready to go. I'm doing something a little different here. I've got chunks, strips of 225 GSM chop strand mat. GSM is grams per square meter. And then I've got little chunks. These little chunks are going to be good for getting in the headlights. They're going to be good for defying gravity because they're lighter, and there's no, I don't have to try and manipulate a piece of mat to go into there. I can just shove little bits in and it should stick much better. Then over the top of everything, I'm going to use the larger pieces. Alright. So I'm going to get everything wetted out and then start putting glass in this bad boy. It's all laid up. I have no idea what's going on here. No idea. It was red when I was laying it up and then it turned brown, so no idea. Absolutely no idea. Anyway, it's time to unbox this thing. Let's see how it turned out. I just want to take a second to stand back and look at this before I show you the little issues with it, which I'm not concerned with at all. They're all fixable, and I'm pretty sure I know why they happened, but I just want you to soak this in for a minute. My addition on the windscreen came out beautiful. Most of that's going to be trimmed off. Right, now let's get into the what's happening here. You can see this area here looks a bit funny. Well, my theory on this is when I mix up the gel coat, I use a mixing stick, and I mix it very carefully. In the past, I used to use a drill with a spinny thingy on it. I never had an issue, but lately I've been having issues with little tiny air bubbles being left in the gel, and then when it cures, it leaves a little hole. And if I don't fill them with more gel coat, because I only did one layer of gel coat on this, next time I'll do two. If I don't fill them, air can get behind them, and then as it's curing, it shrinks slightly and it pulls away from the mold. Bits here, bits there, these little flat bits, it probably started from here and just siphoned along. Same with that bit there. there's another bit down here. You can see that there's like a dent there, and then a pucker as well as there. So these would have been spots where little tiny pinholes were, and that would have allowed gases to build up behind it, and then when it shrunk, it pulled it all in. And I got my usual suspects, you know, the odd air bubble, easily fixed. A few little dings down there, mainly on this side, the chips, and then underneath this headlight here. That's going to be the hardest to fix, but it's all fixable. Even that thing over there, I've fixed that. I'm not going to touch it at the moment. That had a big crack in it from when I pulled the mold off, because there was no fiberglass behind it. It was just gel, or if there was very little. But anyway, got big plans coming up for this little guy, regarding the chassis, the wheel, and what wheels and what's going to be driving it, and who's going to be driving it. So stay tuned. Let me know in the comments section what you think of this little bad boy so far. And just bear in mind, I'm not an expert fiberglass. I'm YouTube taught, self-taught, and I'm having a lot of fun with some headaches. But fiberglass is it's repairable, to say the least. So consider hitting that subscribe button, liking the video if you make it this far. Yeah, stay tuned, because this is going to get wild, like real wild. It's going to make me jealous that I won't be able to drive it. Wild. Anyway, thank you very much for watching.